Saddle up for a wild ride. Join Oko's crew of deadly desperados as they plot a brazen heist in the frontier world of Thunder Junction. Harsh deserts, hostile critters, and rival outlaws may try to slow down your crime spree, but with grit and gumption, you'll ride off into the sunset. Just don't forget your hat. How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to the Guild. Today, we have the third installment of a series that I am tentatively calling Magic the Gathering Flashback. I'm not sure yet if that name is going to stick, but we are going to be talking about Outlaws of Thunder Junction. We're talking about Outlaws of Thunder Junction today. If you haven't watched the previous episodes of this is a series where I take a look at and open up a booster box of Magic the Gathering, and we essentially give the set an honest and fair shot. We go through almost all of the cards, we talk about mechanics, we talk about flavor. This is not a video where we just blast through the packs and try to look at how much money we made from the cards. No. We are trying to evaluate the set and understand what they were trying to do with a set like this. Give it a fair and honest look, and that's what we're going to do today. This is one that I'm actually really interested in checking out because we just checked out Murders at Karlov Manor, and I ended up liking that set a lot more than I thought I would, and this one being the second of the infamous hat sets. I'm just really curious to see if I'm going to end up liking this set or not so much. I know in other circles outside of Magic the Gathering, and even inside Magic the Gathering, this one was memed a lot because, you know, it's just all the characters wearing, they're just wearing cowboy hats, but hey, like I said, we're giving this an honest and fair shot, and to be completely transparent about it, I think I've only ever opened up a single booster pack of Outlaws, and I think it was a Japanese booster pack that I literally got while I was in Tokyo when the set came out. But without further ado, this video is already going to be long enough. If you like the content here, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. The channel is extremely small, and I could use all of the help that I can get. This is essentially just a labor of love, especially when compared to my main channel, Red Zone Rogue. This channel's, at the time of this recording, completely unmonetized. It's just, I just do this because I genuinely love Magic the Gathering, and I'm getting back into it and checking out all the sets that I missed during my hiatus. So today, let's go ahead and dive into Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Let's do it. All right, and we have Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This is the set that I can do my cowboy voice and not be weird. Maybe it is actually still weird. So let's go ahead and check this out a little bit before we get started. Here we have Oko here, some sort of Magitech train, and some various outlaws, scum, villainy, underhandedness. This booster box was made in the USA. The last couple ones that we had were made in Japan, but I always like to point this out because, you know, it just affects the card quality just a little bit. And then in here we can see that the box contains 36 play boosters. This and the next two sets, so we're doing this in chronological order starting from when I went on hiatus. This and the next two sets all have 36 booster packs per box. And then after that, starting with Aether Drift, it goes down. So we'll keep mentioning that as things go on. And let's go ahead and crack into this. Now, the last two videos have been quite long. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do like a full card read of like maybe the first 10 booster packs. And then after that, we're probably just going to read the rares, mythics, and like any card that kind of stands out as interesting or like kind of a trophy card. Just because, man, I don't want these all of them to be an hour and a half. They're all quite long as it is. Here we have kind of like the box topper thing. This usually is a good way to see the draft archetypes, which is a great way to kind of tell what's going on in the set. So we're going to read through these. Well, I'm going to read the names of these. We're not going to read through every single paragraph. So white-blue is take a break. Keep your guard up and use the plot mechanic. Okay, so plot mechanic. Blue-black is crimes. Red-black is outlaws. Red-green is power 4+, which is a pretty common thing in Magic the Gathering. Green-white is mount. That makes a lot of sense. You got to have your horses in your Wild West setting. Black-white is attrition. Blue-red is second spell. Black-green is creatures in the graveyard, like it always is for the most part. Red-white is mercenary aggro. And then blue-green green is plot, so similar to white-blue. Okay, so we'll be keeping an eye out for a lot of these. Outlaws, crimes, big power, plot, mounts, dead things, spell slinging, which does make a lot of sense given the setting. All right, we'll set that aside. We'll get our booster box all ready to go. Let's see, I think these look like these are all the same pack arts, right? Yeah, they're all the same pack arts. Cool, let's crack into our very first booster pack of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. The best of draft and set boosters. Yeah, this is the second set that introduced play boosters. It started with Karlov Manor, which is something that I didn't realize. Well, I did know going into the previous video, but I forgot to mention it or didn't realize it until we started cracking open. And I was like, oh yeah. All right, first card is Jailbreak Scheme. So it looks like we're going from commons to rares here, which is, I think it's because it's a USA booster or USA manufactured. Japan, it was like flipped, I think, at least for the previous sets. So anyway, this is a 1 blue with a little plus symbol. It's a sorcery, Spree, Jailbreak Scheme. Spree says choose 1 or more additional costs. If you pay +3, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It can't be blocked this turn. So if you pay like 3 and a blue, 1/1 and can't be blocked. And you can also do a +2. Target artifact or creature's owner puts it on top or bottom of the library. So this can be in a really expensive, like, it could be a really expensive card, basically. It's either going to be 3, 4, or 6, right? You can't just play this for 1, otherwise it doesn't do anything. But it is interesting. So, cool. I do like this kind of mechanic. We'll try to sort these well, put all the commons up top. We have Armored Armadillo. What is this, Mega Man X? Anyway, so this is a 1 white for a 0/4 creature Armadillo with ward 1. 3 and a white. Armored Armadillo gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is its toughness. Okay, you make it a 4/4. All right, yeah, it's just It's an armadillo. It's a very like classic Western trope. I dig it. Also, the first mention of Kellen, a character that literally has my name, which is crazy because nothing ever has my name. But yeah, I always wanted to ride a slow cannonball with legs. It's not a mount, though. You can't mount the armadillo. At least not that one. Quick Draw. Nice. 1 red for an instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. Creatures target opponent controls lose first strike and double strike until end of turn. Yeah, we're the quick ones. You're not the quick ones. We're the quick ones. Yeah, this does make a lot of sense. Flavorful. We have Reach for the Sky. Does this give the creature reach? 3 and a green for an aura with flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has reach. Sure, yeah. When Reach of the Sky is put in a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. All right, that's all right. I do like the flavor of that one. Consuming Ashes. 2 and 2 black. Instant exile a creature if it had mana value 3 or less. Surveil 2 is a pretty nice removal for common removal for limited. It's like a 4 mana instant speed, just kill anything. It's not bad. And you get upside if you kill something small. Nice. We have Holy Cow. I don't know if that's specifically a Wild West trope. Holy cow. 2 and a white for a 2/2 Ox Angel. Flash flying. When Holy Cow enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and scry 1. Sure, man. Sure. It's a Holy Cow. Don't have a cow, man. Sure. We have our first uncommon Brimstone Roundup. Dude, the art in this one is pretty sick. 1 and a red for an enchantment whenever you cast your second spell each turn. So this is the Spellslinger archetype. You get a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0. Activate only as a sorcery. And you can also plot it. So it can also maybe do some plot synergy. So plot is plot, and then you pay a cost. This one's 2 and a red. You can pay 2 and a red and exile this card from your hand. You cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Plot only as a sorcery. I kind of like the plot mechanic. I do use it a little bit in Pauper. It's kind of cool. You can pay now if you don't have a good target for this, and then or a good use for this, and then later you can do it to help trigger your playing multiple spells a turn thing. That's cool. Our second uncommon is Unscrupulous Contractor. 2 and a black for a human assassin. 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may sack a creature. When you do, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life with also plot. Okay, nice. Sack one of your tokens. Sack one of your little mercenary tokens, and then draw 2 and lose 2. Nice. You can also kill your opponent with it as well, which is kind of funny. Make them draw 2, lose 2. We have a Resilient Roadrunner. Meep. Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's another trope. 1 on a red for a 2/2 haste, protection from coyotes. Yep. Meep. Resilient Roadrunner can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. Chasing the Roadrunner. Omenport slang for wasting energy on impossible pursuits. Yep, sure. We got your Acme Roadrunner. We have Karavek the Punisher. 1 and a double black for a 3/3 human warlock. Whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, lose 2 life. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in graveyards is a crime. Copies of permanent spells become tokens. So you just target anything and it's a crime. Okay. It is weird that Karavek is here. I think that was one of the criticisms I saw, that like, why is everyone here and wearing a cowboy hat for some reason? And I can kind of get that off the back. Like, why is Karavek here? Karavek is like a classic character from Dominaria, right? So sure, Karavek is here and he is causing mischief. Ooh! Oh, this is a really good, this is a good mythic. Okay, so this is a mythic. This one is a different symbol. So this one has a little cowboy hat. That's from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This symbol is from the Big Score, I think, which is kind of like a subset of bonus cards. This is a great card. Grand Abolisher is a reprint, double white for a 2/2 human cleric. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. This is a great card. Yeah, nice. That's a good one to get. And then we have, dude, this first pack rules. We have Path to Exile. This is like the Wanted frame or something. I like this frame, and I also kind of hate it. From a flavor point of view, I really like it. It fits the bill. I like the art on it. I really hate how it says Prosperity Post up at the top, because it makes it look like the card is called Prosperity Post Path to Exile. Like, I don't know, it just blends too well into it. It doesn't blend well enough into it, I guess. But other than that, maybe if they put Prosperity Post like at the bottom or something, or in the flavor, I don't know. But that part kind of bugs me. We have the mana cost up here. And then this is Path to Exile. This card rules. You can exile a creature, and then the controller can search their deck for a basic land, put on the battlefield tap. This is a staple in any format that you can play it. So this is great. I already have like a million Path of Exiles, but this is another copy. So if I want to make a cowboy-themed deck, hey, look, I can use this Path of Exile. That's going to go down here in the... Well, no, we'll make a separate pile for these special frame cards. Our foil is Gila Courser. Got a big lizard. 2 and a red for a 4/2 lizard mount. Okay, we get to check out the mount mechanic. Whenever Gila Courser attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Okay, so it's kind of like the impulse mechanic, I think is what people call this. Where it's like pseudo card draw. You got to play it now, otherwise you lose it. Or at least play it during the turn. Until the end of your next turn. Okay, a little better than that, actually. So saddle 1, tap any number of other creatures you control with total power 1 or more. This mount becomes saddled. Saddle only as a sorcery. So it's kind of like a crew for vehicles, except it's already a creature. You just get an additional bonus. Okay. We'll put foil stuff here. Here we have Bristling Backwoods. This is, I think people call these crime lands. These are deserts that you target your opponent and deal 1 damage. They come into play tapped. They add the mana that they show, so red and green in this case. And then when they ETB, when they enter the battlefield, they deal 1 damage to target opponent, which will trigger crimes. I also run the black-red version of this in a pauper deck, so I'm familiar with these types of cards. And then we have an arena thing. We'll put the tokens down here. Cool. All right. I mean, the flavor is really on point so far. The only critique I have, at least at the outset, is Karavek being here is just kind of weird. We'll continue on and see how often that shows up. I felt like the detective thing didn't show up quite as much as I expected, so maybe it won't show up quite as much as I expected, but in the first pack being like, hey, here's Karavek. Remember him? He's got a cowboy hat now. A little weird. Here's Mourner's Surprise. 1 and a black for a sorcery. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with the mercenary ability. Mourner's Surprise. Okay, I do like the flavor of this, right? And this is a very like Wild West trope, like someone bursting out of the coffin. You see this in Kill Bill, right? And even though it's not a Western, Kill Bill it had a lot of Western themes for parts of it, and that's definitely one of them, right? Where she punches through the coffin, which is, I don't know, it's cool. It's cool. I dig it. We have another Jailbreak Scheme, another Quick Draw, another Reach for the Sky. Consuming Ashes, a lot of the same commons there. Ariet's Lullaby. 1 and a white. Sorcery, destroy target tap creature. You gain 2 life as a sorcery. That's okay. Okay, common removal.
When Kellen questioned her, Ariette reminded him that she'd been asked only to put the guard to sleep. The request said nothing about waking up. Cool, yeah. Put him to sleep permanently. Conduit pylons, I actually have used this in Pauper as well. It's just a land desert. When it enters the battlefield, you get a Surveil 1, which means you're going to look at the top card of your deck, and you can choose to put it back on top or in your graveyard. And then you can add one colorless, and you can tap one and tap it to add one of any color. It's a nice little filter land that also does Surveil. It's good. It's decent in Pauper for decks that want multiple mana. Canyon Crab. 1 and a blue for a 0/5 Crab. 1 and a blue, it gets +2/-2 until end of turn. Okay, cool. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, draw a card and discard a card. Oh, interesting. It rewards you for not casting spells. So it kind of rewards you for pumping it up, putting your mana into this and pumping it up. Okay, I mean, it goes well with the anti-spell slinging synergy. Maybe if it helps you, get more cards to play spells. We have Neutralize the Guards. Okay, another kind of classic crime trope. 2 and a black for instant. Target creature opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Surveil 2. If this was common, you'd play this in Pauper. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Flavorfully. Shoot the Sheriff. Okay, I know this one is pretty good too. Run this in a couple decks. 1 and a black for instant. Destroy target non-outlaw creature. Outlaws are assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks for some reason. Are outlaws. Everyone else is fair game. I love how it says everyone else is fair game. I do like that little bit. Yeah. Now where's the deputy? I shot the sheriff. Yeah, okay, I got your tropes, man. I got your tropes. Here we have Riku of Many Paths. Okay, once again, why is Riku here? This is Riku of like two reflections, right? Or Riku of Many Reflections, 2 reflections. Anyway, so green, blue, red for a 3/3 human wizard. Whenever you cast a modal spell, choose up to X, where X is the number of times you chose a mode for that spell. Okay, so the more you do modes, the more of the stuff you can choose here, up to 3 it looks like. So number 1, the first thing you can do is exile the top card of your library until the end of your turn. You can play it, or you can put a 1/1 counter on Riku. It gains trample until end of turn, or you can create a 1/1 bird with flying. That seems kind of cool. It's a cool card. I don't know why Riku's here, but it is a cool card. Okay, maybe all the rares are just gonna be dudes with hats. Skewer the Critics. Oh, this is kind of a cool card. Reprint. 2 and a red. Sorcery, Spectacle. So like you can cast for the Spectacle cost rather than the mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. So actually pretty good with some of the crime stuff like those lands that ping your opponent. And it deals 3 damage to any target. Yeah, that's pretty good. We have Fake Your Own Death. Oh, this is the card that I thought was really cool that was in Foundations that I guess I didn't realize was a reprint. Okay, so 1 and a black for an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you create a treasure token. I like this card. I think this card's super cool. I like the flavor of it. Nice. And we have a full art island and then a food. Put the lands here. But do we have a double-sided? Nope, just a food. It's like the Eldraine food art too, I think, right? They didn't make new food for this? We didn't get new food? There's a pull tab. Looks like there is a pull tab there, but that's not exactly how I planned it. But anyway, we have a Bristleback Sentry. 1 and a green for a 3/3 defender plant wolf. Okay. As long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Bristleback Sentry can attack as though it didn't have defender. So it's kind of overstated. It doesn't seem like a great card, to be honest. I would say for limited, but even in limited, I'm not sure if this seems great. But hey, look, we got a plant wolf, and we got the power 4 greater synergy. We have Overzealous Muscle, 4 and a black for a 5/4 ogre mercenary. Whenever you commit a crime during your turn, Overzealous Muscle gains indestructible until end of turn. Okay, seems pretty good for like attacking, I guess, because it has to be during your turn. It seems okay for limited. I do like, once again, fits in the tropes here. Phantom Interference. Interesting. A single blue with Spree. So you can do an additional 3 and create a 2/2 white spirit with flying, and you pay an additional 1 to counter target spell unless control pays 2. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a quench effect. You can do 2 to just counter anything, or you can make a spirit, or you can do all of them. Okay, this is kind of a cool card. This one's not really flavorful with the set, but I think it's just a kind of a cool card. It does have like the whole modal stuff. Works really well with our Riku. We have Mystical Tether. 2 and a white, you can cast Mystical Tether as though it had flash. If you pay 2 more to cast it, it's an enchantment. And then when Mystical Tether enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Ooh, okay. It's kind of like an Oblivion Ring style effect. It's a good removal. This is good removal for limited. Kellen had no plan. Don't call me out like that, man. He simply poured his focus into the train and willed it to stop. That's with me with every YouTube video. This is me with every YouTube video. Quilled Charger. 3 and a red for a 4/3 Porcupine Mount. Whenever Quilled Charger attacks while saddled, it gets +1/+2 and gains menace, so it becomes a 5/5 menace. Pretty good. And it saddles for 2. Yeah, cool. I like it. I like the flavor of it. Very magic-y, right? It's a big old porcupine. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. Peerless Rope Master. Yeah, roping is the thing in the Wild West. 4 and a blue for a 4/4 Human Rogue. When Peerless Rope Master enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target tapped creature to his owner's hand. Oh, so close to being really good. It's probably still fine in limited. You like bounce their tapped dude, but if it was just like a 4/4 for 5 that just bounces anything, it might be much better, obviously, in limited. We have Discerning Peddler. Yeah, you gotta have your Peddler. 1 and a red for a 2/2 Human Rogue. When Peddler enters the battlefield, you can discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Sure, it's just a 2/2 that lets you kind of rummage, discard, draw. Good stuff. Yeah, seems pretty good for draft. Next up, we have Shepherd of the Clouds. We have a Pegasus, 4 and a white for a 4/3 Pegasus with flying and vigilance. That's decent stats, honestly. When this enters the battlefield, return target permanent card with the mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Return that card to the battlefield instead if you control a mount. Okay, this seems good. This seems good. Sure. Okay, I'm trying to get the flavor here. I mean, it's a Pegasus. There's like horses in the Wild West. Here's a winged horse. That's a magical thing. Sure, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. Here we have Plan the Heist. This is very classic kind of trope here. 2 double blue, sorcery. Surveil 3 if you have no cards in hand, then draw 3 cards. So if you do have cards in hand, you just get to draw 3. Surveil 3 if you have no cards in hand, then you draw 3. Pretty cool. And then it has Plot for 3 and a blue. Yeah, this seems good. I mean, drawing 3 cards for 3 mana is just pretty good already, and then it has additional upside if you have no cards in hand, and you can also plot it, so you can wait, play it on a later turn. Yeah, cool. We have, Ghost House. Very cool. Actually super cool Western trope. Emergent Haunting. 1 and a blue for an enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, and Emergent Haunting isn't a creature, it becomes a 3/3 spirit creature with flying in addition to its other types, and you can pay 2 and a blue and surveil 1. The Haunted House is actually, I'm not sure how much you see it in movies, but it's actually a pretty prevalent Western trope in terms of real life. Like if you're like me, and you're I was born in Wyoming, for example, you'll find ghost towns, but you also find actual places that are purportedly to be haunted. There's a lot of like Wild West Americana, this house is haunted. That's kind of cool. Ooh, here we got one of the lands. But Botanical Sanctum enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. Wait, is this just one of the fast lands? Are the fast lands just in this set? I think it is. Botanical Sanctum enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. Yeah, dude. Sweet. We'll take those. That's pretty good. We'll put that one down here. Here we have Essence Capture. Double blue for an instant counter target creature spell. Put them out. Plus 1 with counter target creature you control. Sure. Yeah. Essence Capture. It's not that flavorful, but it's a cool card. Here we have a foil. Reach for the Sky. And then we have a Festering Gulch. Black-green crime land. Commit some crimes. And we have Elemental. We've got a boar. Got a wicker boar. All right. I'm digging the set so far. I genuinely am. I can definitely see what some people are saying about the hats thing. So we have Fake Your Own Death, Take the Fall, 1 blue for an instant. Target creature gets -1, -0 until end of turn. It gets -4, -0 until end of turn if you control an outlaw. Then you also get a draw card. Take the Fall. Huh. Target. Sure. I mean, you're forcing. I was the flavor isn't there, but I guess you're forcing your opponent's thing to take the fall. That's kind of the flavor. I do like the flavor of the card. We have Take Up the Shield. We're taking the fall, then we're taking the shield. 1 and a white for an instant. Put a 1/1 counter target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Sure. I mean, like, not super flavorful, but maybe. The Wild West are protecting some folk. We have Iron Fist Pulverizer. 4 and a red for a 4/5 giant warrior with reach. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, so this is your Spellslinger deck, this deals 2 damage to target opponent. Cool. Yeah, seems cool. Seems cool. Not everything has to be super flavorful, by the way. I'm just kind of pointing out the ones that are. This one also isn't, but it works well with everything going on, like the themes. We have Deadeye Duelist. Now, this one is very flavorful. 1 and a red for a 1/3 human assassin with reach. And it says Deadeye Duelist deals 1 damage to target opponent for 1 and tap it. Yeah, that seems sweet. So you get to commit crimes. This helps you commit crimes. And the art is cool. I don't know. I like the art there. We have another Conduit Pylons. We have a Metamorphic Blast for blue and instant with Spree. You can pay additional 1 until end of turn. Target creature becomes a white rabbit with base power toughness 0/1. Cool. And you can pay an additional 3. Target player draws 2 cards. Oh, this one's cool. I like this one. So you can shrink something and draw 2, or you can just pay 4 and draw 2, or you can pay 2 and shrink something. You probably want to draw the 2, but maybe you just gotta shrink something in a pinch. We have Crown Violent Cacophony. Why is this dude here? He's from Innistrad. Well, this is like a Ludovic's like creation. 2 blue red for a 2/3 zombie horde. I guess just wander into the Omen path. It has flying, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Crom, Violent Cacophony, and draw a card. Yeah, I mean, like, the effect is good, and it works really well with that Spellslinger deck, right? I don't know why he's here, though, but that's cool. Just kind of wandered in. Rustler Rampage. Dang old Rustlers. It was white for instant with Spree. For 1, untap all creatures target player controls. For 1, target creature gains a double strike. Yo, okay, this card probably killed people. This probably just kills people in limited, dude. You're attacking with like your, I don't know, your 4/5 big Chungus or whatever, and you just give it double strike and kill your opponent. And then you can, yeah, sure, this is cool. This is a good card. I like the flavor of it too. Yeah. We have Forsaken Miner, another common trope. Just, miners, but this is like, they died in the mines. Notoriously very dangerous. For what single black, you have a Skeleton Rogue, 2/2, can't block. And whenever you commit a crime, you can pay 1. If you do, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, sweet. Cool, like classic Magic. I like this card because it melds the flavor of the set, and it melds like classic Magic things. Like having a 1 mana 2/2 that can't block is just very, very Magic. Having also a low cost thing that come back from the graveyard, also very, very Magic. But they flavored it in a way that it made a lot of sense. I think this card's cool. I like this one. It's small, but I think it's cool. Yo, it's me, I'm joining up. Kellen joins up. Green, white, blue for a legendary enchantment. When Kellen joins up, enters the battlefield, you can exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Yeehaw! Yeah, I mean, like, I like this card because it has my name on it, and I want to make a Kellen deck. One of the cards I'm actually looking for in this booster box is the Kellen card, so I'll be looking for that. So we got Kellen. Kellen joins up. Tyrant's Scorn. Blue black instant. Choose 1 to destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less, or return target creature to owner's hand. Pretty good modal card there. We have a foil Overzealous Muscle. This is a great one to use that cattle rust, the Rustler Rampage. Give this thing double strike, hit your opponent for 10. Yeah, seems good. And then we have a foil Lush Oasis, beautiful. And then a Vampire Rogue. I imagine the vampire's probably having a pretty bad time in the sunny Wild West. Though then again, they're having some cool vampire, like Western things, like From Dusk Till Dawn. So I don't know. I think it does fit. Seize the Secrets. This is Ashiok. 2 and a blue sorcery. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you've committed a crime. Draw 2 cards. Or it costs 1 less to cast if you've committed a crime. That's actually like really good. 2 mana to draw 2 cards is just really good. And hey, look, you're seizing the secrets. You're committing a crime. Sure, yeah, I like the flavor. Trained Arinx. Arinx? I don't know. It's a 1 and a white with a cat, man. It's a 3/1 cat beast mount. When it attacks when it's saddled against first strike until end of turn, and you scry 1 and it saddles for 2. That's solid. Makes it 3/1 first striker. Sure. I personally like it when they do flavor like this, where it's like in-world flavor without resorting to like, hey, remember Riku? He's a cowboy now. He's here and he's a cowboy. I like when they're like, hey, this is the world we're building, and this is like part of that world. Other than like, hey, other characters just kind of like popping in to say hi. I do like that kind of stuff. We have Reckless Lackey, single red for a goblin pirate. Hey, there are pirates in this set. I was like, are there even pirates here? Yeah, sure. First strike and haste, it's a 1/2. And you can sack it and draw a card and create a treasure token. Yeah, nice. I like it. It's reckless, so when it dies, you get a benefit from its death. We got Ankle Biter. It's a snake. It's a 1 with Death Touch. Actually, very true, real and true Western trope. When I was living in Wyoming when I was a kid, I have heard rattlesnakes. We had diamondbacks there, man. That's scary. It's actually scary. One of the few times I've been genuinely afraid for my life. Ariet's Lullaby. We have Bandit's Hall. 3 mana for an artifact. Whenever you commit a crime, put a loot counter on Bandit's Hall. This ability triggers only once each turn. You can tap it, add 1 of any color, and you can pay 2 and remove 2 loot counters from it and draw a card. Cool. I like it. Cool card. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's a cool card. It like benefits you from committing crimes and lets you draw stuff. Very flavorful. We have Outcaster Greenblade. 2 and a green for a 1/2 human mercenary. When they enter the battlefield, search your library for a basic land or desert, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. And then against 1/1 for each desert you control. Ooh, desert synergy. Okay, sure. I like it. I like the desert synergy. We have Luxurious Locomotive. It's the Magitrain, or the Magitech train. 5 mana for a 6/5 artifact vehicle. Whenever it attacks, create a treasure token for each creature that crewed it this turn. Oh, cool. Crew 1. Activate only once each turn. Each creature that crewed, but it only crews for 1. Okay. Okay, I guess you just create... It's prevent it from creating like a bunch of treasures. It's just like, we're going to balance it so you can only crew 1. Tap any number of creatures you control with have power. Oh, I guess you can do it. Crew 1, activate only once each turn. And you can tap any number of creatures you control with total power 1 or more. So you can still do a lot more. You can do like 3 1/1s, but you have to do it only all at once. I guess that's what this is saying. Well, no, that still wouldn't make a ton of sense. Anyway, anyway, I think they just made it so you crew once and then you can get some treasures out of it. Anyway, it's a cool like Western theme. You got the train, you got to rob the train. We have High Noon. It's High Noon. 1 and a white for an enchantment. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Ooh, okay. Arcane Lab. You can pay 4 and a red to sacrifice it. It deals 5 damage to any target. This card's sweet, dude. I really like this one. I like the flavor. I like the flavor of each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. It's like a 1v1. And then you can pay the 5 and then be the first one to blast. This is a cool card. I do like that one. Ooh, we got a Fire Horse. Calamity Galloping Inferno. 4 double red for a legendary creature horse mount. It's a 4/6 with haste. Whenever it attacks while saddled, choose a non-legendary creature that saddled it this turn and create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Sacrifice the token at the beginning of the next end step. Repeat this process once. You get 2 of them? That's sick, dude. And it saddles for 1? This card is sweet. This is a limited bomb. It's gotta be, man. This has gotta be. That's a cool card. Ooh, we got a mythic. This is, I think maybe all of the ones from the big square mythics. This is a Esoteric Duplicator. 2 and a blue for an artifact clue. Whenever you sacrifice Esoteric Duplicator or another artifact, you can pay 2. If you do, at the beginning of the next end step, create a token that's a copy of that artifact. What? And you can pay 2 and you sack it because it's a clue. This card is sick, dude. I do know a lot of the cards from the big score are part of like the big treasure that they're looking for. So it's kind of like this otherworldly treasure. So I do really like that. I do like the whole like ancient civilization beneath the desert world. I think that's a really cool thing. And I kind of wish that they did a little bit more with that. It really feels like they doing more that'd be cool. Yo, we got an Oko. So this is Oko Thief of Crowns. This is the original. This is a good Oko. 1 green blue for legendary Planeswalker Oko, has 4 loyalty for some reason. +2, you create a food. +1, target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes an elk. 3/3 elk. And you can -5 and exchange control of target artifact or creature you control with target creature and opponent controls with power 3 or less. This is just One of the most busted Planeswalkers ever made. I have a foil original version for Canadian Highlander, so here's another one. That's a good card. We have a foil Bandits Hall. We have a Braided Bluffs, and then a token. Duel from High Noon to High Moon. Sure. I think this is pack 9, I think. So we'll do one more pack with this slower cadence, and then we're just going to crack into the rest of the box. So we have Take Up the Shield. We have Iron Fist Pulverizer. We have Giant Beaver, 3 and a green for a 4/4. That's pretty good. Stats. Beaver Mount. You can ride the beaver. When it attacks while saddled, put a 1/1 counter on target creature that's saddled at this turn, and it saddles for 3. I like it. Saddle the beaver. Get on the beaver. He's eating this big cactus. That's the kind of stuff that I'm here for this set. Desert's Dew. Cool. Very cool. 1 and a black for an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It gets an additional -1/-1 for each desert you control. Ooh, another desert payoff. This is another really cool and flavorful card, right? It's, you know, the desert is punishing, and I like the flavor of having all like, these kind of like ghostly shadows in the background. This is a cool card. He was glad when the mirages appeared. At least he wouldn't die alone. Bro, that's a cool one. We have Failed Fording. This is Oregon Trail coded so hard. 1 and a blue for an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control a desert, surveil 1. We shouldn't have taken the blast, or we should have taken the blasted ferry. Yeah, you gotta just try to ford the river, man. That's cool. I mean, I do like callbacks like that, where it's like not super obvious unless you're like, you know, very keen on that kind of stuff. Sterling Keykeeper, beautiful artwork here. 1 and white for a 2/2 human mercenary. You can tap 2, tap it to tap target non-mount creature. This commits crimes, which is cool, and it taps things. It costs a lot to tap stuff. It's funny, a lot of creatures these days are way better than old creatures, but Master Decoy this is not, which is basically the same thing for a 1/2, but it only costs 1 to tap the creature. Master Decoy was super annoying. It was really good. Another Deadeye Duelist. I like that one. We have Nimble Brigand. 2 and a blue for a 1/3 human rogue. It can't be blocked if you've committed a crime this turn. Yeah, that's cool. Makes sense. And then when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Yeah, this seems pretty good. Commit crimes, draw cards. Commit crimes, draw cards. Bro, I think we might have gotten a foil version of me. There's a K, and it's a legendary border. I'm gonna... If we actually did, I don't think it's a valuable card, but it is literally the card that I wanted from this set. Because I want to make a deck out of them. At knife point, 1 black red for an enchantment. As long as it's your turn, outlaws you control have first strike. Okay. Whenever you commit a crime, create a mercenary. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, it's still cool. This is a cool card. All your ne'er-do-wells gain first strike, and it rewards you for committing crimes. This is a cool one. We have Tomb Trawler, 2 mana for a 0/4 golem. If you can pay 2 and put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Sure. It's got a little bit of flavor. Got a little bit of flavor, part of that ancient world flavor, which I dig. Like I said, I think going more on this and more on the original world would be cool. But it doesn't feel too bad so far. Comball Profiteering Mayor. This is another one. Comball is like, are they from Ravnica or Kylum? 1 white black for a legendary creature human advisor, 2/4. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them, create a tap token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I realize this could also be Kellen Joins Up for the foil. It might not be the creature, but it might just be a foil Kellen Joins Up. Because I see the coloring here, and it's very similar to the coloring there. Anyway, this card's cool. I'm a little bit more lenient on this one than some of the other random dudes like Riku and Kervek being here. Because like this one, like sure, maybe this character specifically went through the Omen Paths to be the mayor, and because they're like they're corrupted with power. That makes a little more sense from like a story standpoint than just like, hey, everyone's here. So this one gets a little bit more of a pass for me. Oh, okay, this card is very good. Fractured Identity is a banger cube card, and obviously probably pretty good in Commander too. I don't play a lot of Commander, but play a lot of Cube, and this card rules in Cube. I like the other artwork more though, the one from the Commander set that was originally printed in, but this, having another one is really cool. 3, well, that's not true. I like the art in this one. I just don't like the border as much. 3 white, blue. For a sorcery, you exile non-land permanent, and then each player other than the controller creates a token copy of it. This card is very good. It's very, very good. So, yeah, nice to get. It's Kellen joins up again. You know what? I wanted a full copy of this for that deck, that Kellen deck, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Do you want to put ooh, here's a foil island. Very nice. This island reminds me of the plaza from Final Fantasy 15. All right, so foil island, we'll put the foils. Foil rare, I think I'm just gonna put with the rares. Yeah, I think I'll put with the rares. And now I also think we need to just kind of like pile up the rares. We have one more pack, and then we're gonna go a little bit quicker through it. But overall, yeah, I generally don't think I hate this set as much as I thought. But it is weird. There's some weird things about it. Daring Thunder Thief, 3 and a blue for a 4/4. Flash, Turtle Rogue. That's pretty cool. Enters the battlefield tapped. That's still kind of cool. It has Flash. You just do it at the end of your opponent's turn and you have a 4/4. This would have been good back in the day. You can't block with it though, which is kind of annoying. We have another. Anyway, if you get that reference, you get it. Ooh, Highway Robbery. This is a common, but this is great for Pauper. I run a full playset of this in my Pauper Madness deck. 1 and a red for a sorcery. You can discard a card or sack a land. If you do, draw 2 cards. And it has plot. It's super good in Madness. So you can plot it early if you don't have enough mana to like do Madness the same turn you play this. And yeah, it's great. So it's a good card. Makes sense too. It's Highway Robbery. We have Lone Shark. It's an actual shark. 3 and a blue for a 3/4 Shark Rogue. It enters the battlefield. If you cast 2 or more spells this turn, you draw a card, and it also has plot. Sure, I like this. This is the goofy flavor that I think is kind of charming. It's a lone shark. It's a shark. It makes sense in the world with all the outlaws and the stuff. I do kind of dig the lone shark. Hard Bristle Bandit. 1 and a blue for a 1/1 Plant Rogue. You can tap it and add 1 mana of any color. There's like a plant sub-theme. Whenever you commit a crime, untap Hard Bristle Bandit. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's a mana dork that you can actually do twice if you're committing crimes. Cool. I like it. We have Razzle Dazzler. Give him the old Razzle Dazzle. 1 and a blue for a 1/2 human wizard. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Razzle Dazzler. It can't be blocked this turn. Okay, cool. Good little payoff for the Spellslinger deck, and also kind of flavorful. You have your Charlatan, you know, like your parlor Charlatan, back alley Charlatan. Lassoed by the Law. 3 and a white for an enchantment. When Lassoed by the Law enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. So we have another Oblivion Ring style effect. So this one just does non-land permanents, which is great. And when this enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token. Yeah, that's actually very cool. Okay, that's cool. So you make a mercenary and then they like lasso whatever thing that you target. This is a cool card. The fact that this commits a crime is kind of funny because it's, you know, lassoed by the law, but a little bit of a flavor thing there, but cool card. I do like that one. We have a Ruthless Lawbringer. 1 white black for a 3/2 vampire assassin. I do kind of like the vampires in the Wild West thing. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. Yeah, you can sack your little 1/1 dudes and then kill stuff. I don't know, that's cool. We have Requisition Raid, another spree card. Single white for a sorcery, spree. For 1, you can destroy an artifact. For 1, you can destroy an enchantment. For 1, you can put a 1/1 counter on each creature target player controls. Oh, this is sweet, dude. This is really good. This card's really good. I mean, it's a sorcery, but like it could just be like a sorcery speed disenchant. Like you can do 1 and a white to destroy an artifact or enchantment, or you can do 2 and destroy an artifact and an enchantment, or you can, you know, pump your squad. This is a cool card. If this was common, this would be pauper playable for sure. That's a good one. We also have Full Steam Ahead. We got more of that train. 3 double green for a sorcery. Until end of turn, each creature you control gets +2/+2 against trample, and this creature can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Bro, That's a game ender. This is another card that will just kill you in limited. It's like an overrun, but makes it more difficult to like double block or impossible to double block. I like the flavor of this. I like what it does. I think this is another kind of slam dunk for me. This is a cool one. Good flavor, good mechanics, all kind of melded in one. We have a rare cat, Roxanne Starfall Savant. I'm pretty sure this cat is from like New Capenna. 3 red green for a 4/3 cat druid. Whenever Roxanne enters the battlefield or attacks, create a tapped colorless artifact token named Meteorite. With Meteorite enters the battlefield, deal 2 damage to any target, and you can tap it to add 1 mana. When this enters the battlefield or attacks, so you play this, you get a Meteorite, you deal something 2, and you can tap it for mana. That's pretty good. And whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, add 1 mana of any type that token could produce. Oh, so you literally add 2 mana for your things. This card seems good. I don't know. It seems good. The flavor, once again, is like, if this is from New Capenna, it's definitely one of those things like, why is she here? But maybe she just loves the meteorites, and this is where all the meteors are. Maybe that. We have Terminal Agony. Bro, look at that artwork. 2 red, black, brutal artwork. Sorcery, destroy target creature, madness, a black and a red. Yeah. Nice. Very cool. I like it. We have Throw from the Saddle, getting bucked off. 1 and a green. Sorcery, target creature you control gets 1/1 or +1/+1 until on a turn. Put a 1/1 counter on it instead. If it's a mount, then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Oh, okay. So it can be +2 and then it deals damage, but either way it always deals damage, right? Because it just says period, then it deals damage. So yeah, you gives a 1/1 and deals damage, or it can be 2/2 and a permanent 1/1 if it's a mount and deals damage. Okay, cool. Nice little limited removal. We have Scoured Springs. And then we have, an art card. Yo, this art goes hard. Look at that. Sick. What card is this? Archive Trap. Okay, it's one of these ones. Okay, yeah. Archive Trap, if I remember, is from World Wake? It's from like Zendikar, and I think it just mills someone for like 13 or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does something similar to that. All right. I'm pretty sure we've gone through 10 packs now. How many rares did we get? 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've gone through 10 packs now. All right, let's go a little bit quicker. So we're going to go quickly through the commons now, and we'll stop at some more interesting cards. Basically the rares, mythics, and other stuff. But we are going to steer clear. Look at the name. Vault Plunder. Ooh, cool. 2 black for a 3/1 human rogue. When Vault Plunder enters the battlefield, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. I do like the flavor of this one. Very cool. Peerless Rope Master. Panning for gold. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, more tropes. I dig it. Actually, I do dig those Wild West tropes here. Outlaw Stitcher. We have a Hollow Marauder. Got a Ghost Rogue. Fleeting Reflection. Wily Duke. Atin Hero. 1 green white for a 4/2 human ranger with vigilance, and when Wily Duke becomes tapped, you gain life and draw a card. That seems cool. Seems really good at, like, I don't know, saddling stuff. Nice. This is the kind of stuff I like to see. I'm pretty sure this is an original character. I would have liked all of or most of the legendary creatures to be like original characters to this world and help like flesh out that kind of stuff. We have Hypothesize. It's 3 red, blue, draw 2, then you may discard a non-land card. If you do, it does 4 damage to target creature. Sure. Nice. We have a foil, Bristle Bandit, Forlorn Flats, and then, this is Gisa. Look, she looks insane. Gisa, the Hellraiser. That's another thing. Why is Gisa here? I mean, like, there's not enough zombies in Innistrad. Gisa's like, I gotta go to the new cowboy plane. I gotta go to the new cowboy area. We got a Bighorn, Prickly Pear. Okay. Prickly Pear. It's a pair of prickly cactus people, but also it's a pun because prickly pear. Because like there's a pear that's called a prickly pear. It's not actually a pear. Anyway, 2 and a red, 2/2 plant mercenary. When prickly pear enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 mercenary. So you get a 2/2 mercenary and a 1/1 mercenary. I like the pun on that one. It's really corny, but I do like it. Ooh, Snakeskin Veil. That's a good little reprint. Get a 1/1 counter on a creature and gets hexproof until end of turn. Corrupted Conviction. Skullduggery. For a single black, target creature gets +1/+1, and target creature you control gets 1/1, and target creature opponent control gets -1/-1. Yeah, commits crimes, gets a nice little 2-point swing. Slick Sequence. Blue-red for instant, deals 2 damage to any target. If you cast another spell this turn, draw a card. Yeah, it seems all right. Cool artwork on this one. Rakish Crew, or Rakish Crew. I will read this one. It's got the classic lineup here of like, it's got your dudes. It's got Kellen, it's got Oko, it's got Tiny Bones, my homie. 2 and a black for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 red mercenary creature. Whenever an outlaw you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Okay, nice little drain effect. We have Mobile Homestead. Oh my god. Mobile home. It's a mobile home. Okay, sure. We have Demonic Ruckus. Very cool. I like that. 3 steps ahead. Blue instant with Spree. You can pay an additional 2 to counter a spell. You can pay 3. Create a token copy that's target creature or artifact you control. Or you can pay 2, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. This seems alright. This seems okay. I like modal spells. Ooh, Buried in the Garden. I'm not going to read all these ones from now on, but got Buried in the Garden. This one is pretty flavorful. We got a foil Bristlepack Sentry. Cute. Got the little babies in there. We got an island, and then hey, we got another Kellen joins up art card. Well, this is going to be the cover of that deck, at least. All right. So, just in terms of like cards that we're looking for now, more of the rare lands, I guess, and some mythics. We haven't pulled any like actual mythic from the set that wasn't like one of these, like wasn't one of these special frames, or from the big score. We haven't pulled like a regular mythic yet. We have Outlaw Medic. Ooh, like Combat Medic. When it dies, draw a card with his lifelink. Okay. Rooftop Assassin. Really cool. 3 and a black, 2/2, flash flying lifelink. When it's battlefield, the short target creature an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. This card seems cool. I like it. Got more Skullduggery. Unfortunate Accident. Are they on the train? Looks like you've got a train to catch. They are on the train by Laughing Jasper Flint. See, that's cool, man. That's cool. The returning characters I find less cool. These characters, like the in-world characters, I find cool. It's 1 mana for an instant. You can pay 2 and a black. It's Spree. 2 and a black to destroy target creature, so it's 3 mana to destroy a creature, or 4 mana to destroy a creature. And you can also pay 1 to make a mercenary. Yeah, sure. This is all right. Gold Rush. 1 and a green. Create a treasure. Until end of turn, target creature you control gets +2/+2 for each treasure you control. Whoa, this is probably good in Commander. I wonder if you can kill someone with Commander damage with this stupid card. You make like a bunch of treasure and you just hit someone for like +20, kill them with Commander damage. I don't know. We have Miriam Herd Whisperer. So this is a new original character. A green and a white for a 3/2 human druid. As long as your turn, mounts and vehicles you control have hexproof. Okay, she cares. Yeah, she cares for all your animals. Whenever a mount or vehicle you control attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. This is a cool card. Very flavorful. I dig it. We got a big dragon. We got Terror of the Peaks. I think this dragon is very cool. This is one that I have a Kali of the Vast Commander deck. It hasn't been updated in a long time. And I kind of was looking at some cards, and this is one of the cards that I saw that could be kind of cool. So it's 3 double red for a mythic creature dragon. It's a 5/4 flyer. Spells your opponents cast that target this costs an additional 3 life to cast. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under you control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. So it's like a Warstorm Surge on like a dragon. Awesome. It's so good for Kalia because like you can get this out like earlier, attack with Kalia, put a giant dragon or giant anything, and then just dome someone for a ton of damage. Very cool card. That is actually, I'm going to play that in a deck. Put that in a deck. We have Unlicensed Hearse. 2 mana for a star. I'm going to read this one because it is kind of cool. You can tap and exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Unlicensed Hearse power and toughness equal to the number of cards exiled with it. And accrues for 2. I think this was from New Capenna, if I remember right. Reprint from New Capenna. We have a foil Green Blade. We have a cool mountain, actually. And then a bat. Look at this bat. I like that bat. Can I pet that bat? Look at that bat. Can I pet that bat? If you haven't watched all my videos, at least from my main channel, Dance of the Tumbleweeds. We have a dog. Her name is Potato. My partner and I, Robin, she and I also frequently say, "Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?" Anyway, I do like the Tumbleweed card. 1 and a green, sorcery spree. You pay 1, search your library for a basic land card or desert, put it on the battlefild, and then shuffle. Or you pay 3 and create an XX green elemental creature where X is the number of lands you control. I started watching this channel called, I'm not going to go super deep into it, but I started watching this channel called CGP Grey because YouTube randomly suggested me a video that he made about tumbleweeds. And it was fascinating. I learned way more about tumbleweeds and how they're like an invasive thing in America than, way more information than I would have wanted to know, but I'm glad that I did. It was very fascinating. Anyway, Getaway Glamour. You just kind of like blasting the dragon. It's not the same dragon, is it? For 1 white, spree, exile target non-land creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, so it's kind of like a flicker. You can pay 2 and destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power, so kill something with the greatest power. As the vault collapsed around them, Kellen made sure Akul couldn't follow them out. Ooh, interesting. Akul. I'm not sure who Akul is. Is it another original character? Make your own luck. Interesting. 3 green, blue for a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You can exile a non-land card from among them. If you do, it becomes plotted. Put the rest into your hand. This is sweet. You can plot something huge. I like the flavor of this. I like the art. This is another cool card. I think this is a really nice one for this set. Stubborn Burrow Fiend. We got a Badger. We have legendary. Or we got a Planeswalker, Jace Reawakened. So this is when Ashiok is turning into Jace. So this is double blue, legendary Planeswalker Jace. You can't cast this spell during your first, second, or third turn of the game. You can +1, draw a card and discard a card. It has 3 loyalty, by the way. The art on this is really sweet. -1, you may exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. Okay, very cool. And then -6 until end of turn. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copies. I really like the flavor of this. I really like the big reveal. I think it's really cool. Playability-wise, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about this one. What? We got another myth. We got Mindslaver. Look at this thing. The Mindslaver is an original card from Mirrodin. It's one of my favorite cards that I played with as a kid. This card's nuts. Recurring Mindslaver from your graveyard over and over is a way to like lock your opponent out of the game in a 1v1. It's a 6 mana legendary artifact. You pay 4 and sack it, and you control target player during their next turn. Wow. So we got a Jace and this Mindslaver. Ooh, we got a full version of that horse that we already got. Calamity, Galloping Inferno. It's our second rare dupe. Kind of a cool planes. Giant like tumbleweed looking things. And here's a treasure. I said that kind of weird. I was trying to say cowboy. Money. You can say money better than treasure. You just gotta channel your what do you call it? Dutch. Channel your inner Dutch. Vengeful Townsfolk. We have a Thunder Salvo. There's a lot of flavorful stuff here. We have a Centaur. Free Strider Commando. Got another Dead-Eye Duelist. Pannin for Gold. Gila Courser. We got a Griff. Hippogriff. Servant of the Stinger. Ooh, very cool. Like big old stinger hand thing. The Great Train Heist. Okay. For a red, that's an instant with spree. You can be 2 in a red and untap all creatures you control. If it's combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. This is good. Okay, this is actually pretty good. For 4 mana, you get an additional attack step. Is actually not bad. And you can pay another 2 creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain first strike. Sure. And you can pay 1, choose opponent. Whenever a creature you control deals damage to that player this turn, create a tapped treasure token. This card is actually pretty sweet. I think it's a good card. Very flavorful. Very good. I mean, like it's another kind of like a slam dunk for me. Ooh, Tornado. Yeah, sure. Desert Twister. You got like a Desert Tornado. I'm pretty sure Desert Twister is an actual Magic card. What if they printed Desert Twister here? Rise of the Varmints. 3 and a green for a sorcery. You create X 2/1 green varmint creature tokens, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard and it has plot. Okay, I like this one. You get your varmints. Eroded Canyon, and then a sheep. Look at that sheep. Look at that fluffy sheep. All right. Even going over like those 10 packs, very silver deputy. It's a robot deputy. So going over those 10 packs, card by card, definitely took. Man, we're still seeing a lot of commons we haven't seen yet. This is the Nezumi Link Breaker. Anyway, it's already taken like a kind of a long time. I really go deep into this stuff. There's another Plant Bard. You have an Arid Archway. This is cool. I mean, I do like the in-world flavor kind of stuff that they're doing here. Boombox. It's like one of those. You pump the plunger and it explodes. You sack the boombox, destroy up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. That's cool. I like it. We have, oh, hey, that's the guy. Akul, the Unrepentant. This is a Scorpion Dragon Rogue. Okay, very cool. And I had to cycle the camera because we're getting at the 30-minute mark here. Double black, double red for a 5/5 flying trample. Sacrifice 3 other creatures. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. I like this card a lot. The flavor, they just look super cool. It's a Scorpion Dragon Rogue. Like it seems like the big bad villain. This is cool. This is the one in plane character. It's not like some rando from Ravnica or whatever. Very cool. I like that one a lot. We have another Skewer the Critics. We have another Seize the Secrets. I guess that Ashiok is not indeed Ashiok. It is Jace. Ooh, we finally got one of those mercenary tokens. The 1/1s that you can pump your dudes with. Cool. So we got a cool. So I was like, who the heck is that? Well, it's that guy. It's that guy. We have Vault Plunderer. I do like the art on the Vault Plunderer. We have Nurturing Pixie. Ooh, Eartha Joe Frontier Mentor. So this is 2 red white for a 2/4. It's a core advisor. I've never heard of this character before, but I know Korra from other places in Magic, but I think this is the original character, or at least that I know of. When they enter, you get a mercenary token, and then whenever you activate the ability that targets a creature or player, copy the ability, you can choose new targets. That's cool. Okay, I like this one. It's a cool card. Caught in the Crossfire, another very flavorful spree card. Double red, you can pay an additional 1, and it does 2 damage to each outlaw creature, and you can pay 1, and it does 2 damage to each non-outlaw creature. Sure. We have Step Between Worlds. So this is how the characters like enter Thunder Junction. 3 from like one of these omen paths. 3 double blue for a sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library. Each player who does draw 7 cards, exile this, and you can plot it. Sure, it's like a Time Twister effect with plot. Yeah, cool. That definitely makes sense for this. Ooh, we got another one of the big score. 3 and a black for Greed's Gambit. It's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, gain 6 life, and create 3 2/1 bats with flying. At the beginning of your end step, you discard a card, lose 2 life, and sack a creature. When this leaves the battlefield, you discard 3 cards, lose 6 life, and sack 3 creatures. Brutal. At the beginning of your end step, you discard. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Okay, I mean, you get a lot of stuff for it, but then when it leaves, you get super punished. We have Decisive Denial. Djinn of Fool's Fall, foil. And then Backwoods and another Merc. You know what? I think this is similar. This is going to be similar to Murders at Karlov Manor. There are some things that I'm like, yeah, okay. There's maybe a little too... Mind Raider. It's cool. There's maybe a little too much of like the other characters randomly showing up here with like hats. Like here's Gisa for some reason. 2 and a black spree. Search your library for a card. Put in your graveyard and shuffle. Oh, but it's an additional 1, so it costs 3 to do that. Boo. Bay 2. Return up to 2 creature cards with total mana 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, that's okay. That's 4 mana. You get 2 dudes back, but they have to be total cost 4 or less. That's fine. But yeah, like, why is Gisa? Why is Gisa here? Badlands Revival. 3 black green. Return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Return up to 1 target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Cool card. Thunder Lasso. Tiny Bones joins up. We have more joins up. I like Tiny Bones. Single black, legendary enchantment. When this enters the battlefield, any number of target players each discard a card. Tiny Bones cares about people discarding cards. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, any number of target players each mill and lose a life. Sure. Yeah. We got Vadmir Newblood. Hey, I think this is one of the new characters. Any of the new original characters, I'm very positive for this set. 1 and a black for a 2/2 Vampire Rogue. Whenever you commit a crime, you put a 1/1 counter on this only once each turn. Boo. As long as Vladimir has 4 more, or Vadmir has 4 more 1/1 counters on it, it has Menace and Lifelink. Yeah, it's kind of a cool dude. Gives you, rewards for committing crimes. We have Ride Down. I think this was originally from Ride Down. I want to say Tarkir, but I don't remember. We have a Jailbreak Scheme, classic. Foil Lonely Arroyo. I like how they're coming up with more and more names for the lands. Arroyo. Oh, apologies, knocked to the camera just a little bit. I realized we still have so many more packs to go. So many more packs to go. Cactarantula. It's a big cactus tarantula that costs less if you have deserts. Nice. Deserts Dew, Cold Stop. Oh, what the? Oh, it's Vile Smasher. Vile Smasher, Gleeful Grenadier. It's another one of those returning characters. But now look at that. He's got a bandolier and a cowboy hat. We have Bespawn Outcaster, Shifting Grift. Another rock. Ooh, the second Roxanne. Shifting Grift seems cool. It's a double blue spree. You can exchange control of 2 target creatures, or artifacts, or enchantments. This is a cool card. This one's very flavorful, I think. We have Roxanne. We have a Harvester of Misery. Okay, I'm very glad that I pulled this card. I didn't realize it was from this set. All I know is that I have seen some people playing this in Reanimator and Canadian Highlander, and I want to try it. So 3 double black for a 5/4 creature spirit with Menace. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures get -2/-2, and you can pay 1 and a black, and you discard it to give a creature -2/-2. I think it's the ability to discard it can't be countered to get that -2/-2, and then you can bring it back with a reanimation. We have a Hindering Light. We have a foil Snakeskin Veil. The foil feels a little bit faded, but it is what it is. Really cool looking island. And we have a clue. Oh, I do like this clue. Very cool clue. The skeletal hand coming up from the desert, holding a letter with a wax stamp on it. I dig that. I do dig that. We got a lot of these big scorecards, huh? I actually didn't know how many that we'd be getting. I've never watched anyone open up this set, so... And like I said, I think I've opened up 1 pack of this that was in Japanese, around the time that it came out because I was in Japan at the time. Honest Rutstein. 1 black-green for a 3/2 human warlock. When they enter the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's very good. And creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. This guy's really good. This guy's really good. He's just a better, cheaper Gravedigger with upside. Once again, original character. Big pluses. We have another Akul of Repentance. We got a lot of dupes so far. We got a Savage Smash with one of those armadillos. A foil Rat Warlock, Nezumi. And a foil Eroded Canyon. And then we have this Rope-a-Dope. Lila, Undefeated Slickshot. Cool. I dig it. It's another one of those original characters. Yeah, so my stance as it is right now is I'm just kind of looking through these and experiencing everything. I definitely don't hate the set. But I can definitely also at the same time see where some people are coming from. It is weird that there's so many characters from out... This is a Homerid? Hold on, I got stun locked by the Homerid. 2 and a blue, Deep Muck Desperado, Creature Homerid Mercenary, 2/4. Whenever you commit a crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. This ability triggers only once each turn. It's fine, but bro, it's a Homerid from Fallen Empires. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, I like the Homerid. I don't like it when they're here's Riku with the cowboy hat. But the Homerid is cool. The Possum Mount is also cool. So I do really like some stuff from this. Shackle Slinger. Ooh. Claim Jumper. Yeah, man. Got a claim jump. And it's a rabbit. Yeah, of course it's a rabbit because of the puns. 2 and a white for a 3/3 Rabbit Mercenary with Vigilance. When it enters, if the opponent controls more lands than you can search your library for a plains, put on the battlefield tapped. Is that just land tax? Then if an opponent controls more lands than you, repeat this process once. Oh, you can get 2. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Okay, sweet. Cool card. I like the flavor. Ooh, Primal Command. That's a nice little reprint of Primal Command. Oh, we got this Bronco, Caustic Bronco. So I'm familiar with Caustic Bronco because I've seen it in cubes. 1 and a black for a 2/2 Snake Horse mount. And I think some people play this in Highlander too. Whenever this attacks, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. You lose life equal to that card's mana value if Caustic Bronco isn't saddled. Otherwise, each opponent loses that much life. And it saddles for 3. So basically, if you saddle this and you attack, you basically reveal the top card of your deck, you draw it, and then your opponent will lose the life instead of you. That's pretty good. Pretty good. A full art Swamp. That's kind of cool. I dig the black mana skull and the mercenary. Yeah, when this set is cool, it's cool. I'll be honest, like, you might just not vibe with like the cowboy theme. Totally fair, right? But I'm someone who can partake in almost any genre, any trope, and be generally okay with it. Some obviously I like more than others. This is one that I'm like, I'm kind of ambivalent on, but I do like-ish the theme, right? I do like me some Red Dead Redemption. I do like me some Westerns. I like spaghetti Westerns in particular, Sergio Leone. But yeah, I don't know. I can see why some folks might not jive with it, but I'm kind of digging it. Other than the weird returning characters that don't make any sense to me. 1 red, green for a 4/2 Jolene Plundering Pugilist. I wanted to stop on this because it's an original character, I believe. Human mercenary. They're not a human sorcery. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures powerful or greater, create a treasure, and you can pay 2 and sack a treasure, and she deals the damage to any target. Okay, sure. Yeah. But anytime they have an original character like this, I'm gonna stop and showcase them. Shoot the Sheriff. 1 last job. Yep, you gotta have your 1 last job. 1 day away from retirement. 2 and a white for sorcery. For 2, you can return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yo, that's sick. For 1, you can return a mount or vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield. And for another one, you can return an ore or an equipment from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to a creature you control. Bro, okay, for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for 7, you can bring a creature, a mount or vehicle, and an ore and equipment. That's cool. You basically they come in guns blazing. They have their mount, they have their gun or sword or whatever. That's kind of cool. Colossal Rattleworm. 2 double green for a 6/5 worm. It has flash as long as you control a desert. It has trample. Bro, it's a 6/5 for 4? That's with no downside. That's pretty good. 1 and a green. They're creatures these days, am I right? 1 and a green. Exile it from your graveyard. Search your library for a desert. It's just got upside. It's just a 6/5 trample that can maybe have flash and get you more lands. Okay, sure. We got another Decisive Denial. We got a Tumbleweed Rising. They definitely have a lot of Tumbleweed themed stuff to make that XX green elemental. Okay. I do like the Tumbleweed theme. We got a Cactus Forest and then ooh. Oh, this is a dude we got before. The art one. Yeah, Wily Duke. And by dude, I mean Duke. We got the Duke. Plot. Oh, we got the plot. Yeah. So once again, this card. Run this in Pauper Elves and sideboard. 4 and a green for a 5/4 trample. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and it also has plot. Yeah, it's a nice one. You can just play Pauper Elves. It's just a big chungus with trample that you can make huge with your Timberwatch Elf, and it also gains you some life when you play it. Yeah, actually pretty good for Pauper. Longhorn Sharpshooter. Wrangler of the Damned. We have a Sandstorm. This is a cool card. We have a Sandstorm Verge. Target creature can't block this turn. Activate only as a sorcerer. Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. We have This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. 4 and a blue. Instant. This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a permanent you control. Return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Ooh. All right. I like it. Aven Interrupter. 1 double white for 2/2 flash flyer. When there's a battlefield, exile target spell. It becomes plotted. Spells your opponents cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. Okay, it's kind of a cool card. I like this one, the little lockdown bird. We have Ionize, counterspell, deal 2 damage to the spell's controller. That's a classic little reprint there. We have a foil Shoot the Sheriff. I might play this. I might play the foil Shoot the Sheriff in one of my decks. Nice. Ooh, cool looking bird. Look at that bird. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this set as much as I thought. I might like almost all of these sets. We'll see. The big one for me is going to be Aether Drift, I think. But we'll find out. Or I guess I should say the most contentious one for me is going to be Aether Drift. Take for a ride. Ooh, form a posse. Get a bunch of mercenary tokens. That makes sense. Bovine intervention. I guess there is a holy cow. 1 and a white. Destroy target artifact or creature. Its controller gets a 2/2 white ox. Sure. Yeah, sure. That's crazy. Betrayal at the Vault. Very flavorful story card. Let's see. 4 double green. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to up to 2 target creatures. So here we have Kellen, Oko, and Vraska, I think. Slick Shot Show Off. I know this is actually one of the best cards in the set. It might be the most valuable card. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I know it's one of the most playable. When it was like legal. Is it still legal? I don't remember. I don't know what's in standard right now. This is a good card. 1 and a red for a 1/2 bird wizard with flying and haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and it also has plot. This thing just kills people. It's a speedy flyer, evasive speedy threat that just gets big. This is a great. That's a great pull. I'll probably play that in some deck someday. We have Fling. Fling's great. Throwing a skull here too. Sack a creature, deal damage equal to the creature's power to a target. We got a Bighorn. And then the Lonely Amuro. What's this one? Stingerback Terror. It's like the Scorpion Dragons. Yeah, that's apparently a thing in Thunder Junction. Scorpion Dragons. I think that's cool. Scorpion Dragon, cool. Fits the setting. I dig it. Yeah. I also dig the stuff like the Porcupine Mount. We have Scorching Shot. Just blast them. Do 5 damage to target creature for 2 red. Yeah, pretty good. Double red. Dome something. Rictus Robber. Zombie Robber. We have a Red Rock Sentinel. It's got like little gems of each mana color. 2/4 Defender. Sack a land. Draw a card and then create a treasure. Sure. Ooh, we got a Mythic here. Mythic of original character. Oh, wait. Geared Mirror of the Wilds. Maybe this is not an original character. Was Geared a commander card? Red, green, white for a 3/3 human shaman with haste. Non-token creatures you control have tap. Create a token as a copy of target token creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Sure. I feel like this might be a returning character that was a commander card maybe? Or maybe the original. Ooh, I didn't know this was here. Desertion. This card's brutal. I really like this card. I have an original copy from... Ooh, is it... Not Visions. But it's a nice counter that you get the thing that you counter. So it's a 3 double blue for an instant. Counter target spell. If an artifact or creature was countered this way, put it into the battlefield under your control instead of its owner's graveyard. I like this card a lot. This card's cool. So, yeah. Very cool. That's one of the special guest cards. We have Fell the Mighty. Destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. That's a nice one. We have Quilled Charger, Forest, and a 2/2 cool spirit token. A ghostly rider there. Yeah, we've only gotten like 3 inset mythics, but we've got a bunch of like random other like big score pulls and some other stuff. I feel like this is like pretty fun to open actually. Not too bad. So we have Neutralize the Guards, Longhorn, Sharpshooter, Rise of the Varmints, Pitiless Carnage, 3 and a black. Sacrifice any number of permanents you control and then draw that many cards, and then you can plot it. Also, freaking awesome art by Richard Kane Ferguson. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that one. Oh, Archive Trap. Hey, look, it's the one we got before. Let's see if I got it right. So 3 double blue. If an opponent starts your library this turn, you can pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost. Target opponent mills 13 cards. Yep, nailed it. Mills for 13. We got an Intimidation campaign. 1 blue, black. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses a life, and you gain a life and draw a card. Okay. Whenever you commit a crime, you can return it to your hand. Oh, so you just keep doing it. Cool. Got a foil swamp, and then a bird. I have a feeling all these videos are just going to be an hour and a half each. That's what you get for taking the time to read through the stuff. I'm really trying to think of ways to lower the time, but I do want to, like I said, the whole point of this series is to really give these sets a fair shot. Blood Hustler, very cool artwork on this one. Vampire Rogue. When you commit a crime, it gets a 1/1 counter. Only triggers once a turn, boo, but you can also, target opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Really spendy card, but I like the art. We have Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Bro, he's got like a big old big old crossbow thing. 2 red green for a 4/4 plant mercenary with reach and ward 2. Seems pretty good. At the beginning of combat on your turn, other creatures you control power 4 greater gain trample and haste. Yeah, dude. Jam this in your big 4-power deck. Intrepid Stable Master. Tiny Bones, let's go. We have Tiny Bones the Pickpocket. 1 black for a 1/1 skeleton rogue with Death Touch. Whenever Tiny Bones the Pickpocket deals combat damage to a player, you may cast a non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard and spell mana of any type to cast a spell. I love Tiny Bones. This is sweet. This card's very cool. It steals stuff from your opponent's graveyard. He's the tiniest of bones. We have Rush of Dread. 1 double black for a sorcery with Spree. Target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up. Target opponent discards half the cards in their hand rounded up. Or target opponent loses half their life rounded up. It's kind of like a Pox, but you just pick a person and you make them very unhappy. Yeah, it costs a lot of mana, but yeah, it's cool. Got a nice little journey to nowhere. We have a foil Slick Sequence. Really cool looking card. And then a forest, and then a money. Got my money. All right, I think I'm gonna have to change the battery. We've been recording for too long, and the battery's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go through these. We'll go through this maybe a little bit quicker. So we got At Knife Point, Nimble Brigand, Requisition Raid, Tomb Trawler. Ooh, Concealed Courtier. Yeah. Cool looking Fastland. I'm down. The Fastlands are actually pretty good. They're very, very playable. So I'll take another one of those. We got a foil Wolverine. Not Marvel. We got this Armadillo. You know, Armadillo Cloak. Did they put Armadillo Cloak in this set? I actually have no idea. But Armadillo Cloak would make so much sense. Maybe it's too good? I don't know. Raven of the Fell Omens. That looks sick. Where's the... Got an Ambush Gigapede. There's still a bunch of commons we haven't seen yet. Huh. You have Aloe Alchemist, because they're a plant. You got Frontier Seeker. Lava Spur Boots. I know this is a card that I know because I put it in some cubes. It's just a single mana for an equipment, and equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has haste and ward 1, and you equip for 1. Yeah, it's a nice little efficient equipment card. Nice little efficient boots. We have Annie Flash the Veteran. So this is definitely one of the new characters. It's a mythic. She's 3 red, green, white for a 4/5 with Flash. Of course, Annie Flash has Flash. She's a human rogue. When she enters the battlefield, if you cast it, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Pretty sweet effect. Whenever Annie Flash becomes tapped, exile up to 2 cards from your library. You may play those cards this turn. Huh. The top 2 cards of your library. Yeah, she seems cool. Like I said, very much like the new characters over like the returning ones. We have a Humiliate, Thunder Salvo, Plains, and then this dude, which I said was like pretty good. All right, one more pack and then I'll need to change the battery. Yeah, I mean like the hat stuff, when you're opening the packs and you're kind of flipping through it, it doesn't seem quite as much, like quite as bad. Here we have Gem Lightfoot Sky Explorer. I think it's another new character. Human Scout. 2 white blue for a flying 3/3 flying vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, draw a card. Okay, yeah. Nice. Kind of goes with that other card that's like if you haven't cast a spell, do a thing. We have the Cunning Coyote. We already talked about the Wily Coyote. Got the Hellspur Brute. We got Duelist of the Mind. Oh, this is the world champion card, the Nathan Stewart card. I'm not sure if you pronounce their name, but yeah, I remember this one. So 1 and a blue for a star 3 human advisor, flying vigilance. Its power is equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn, and whenever you commit a crime, you can draw a card. If you do discard a card, this ability triggers only once each turn. It's kind of a cool card. Kind of a cool one. We have Murder. That makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense. We did just have Murder in Murders of Carla Manor, but it also makes a lot of sense for this set too. So yeah, sure, Murder. We got a foil Griff, foil Forest, and then ooh, this one's very cool looking. This is the Ruthless Lawbringer. This is that vampire that just kills stuff. All right, let me swap my battery real quick. Okay, we are back. For you, it has only been a couple seconds. For me, it has also only been a couple seconds because I had my battery right next to me. You gotta come prepared, right? Even though I said not prepared. I am actually a little bit prepared. Ruthless Lawbringer, lassoed by the law, return the favor. That's pretty cool. Ariette the Beguiler. So Ariette is another character. She's like the witch from Eldraine. 1 white, blue, black for a 4/4 human warlock. Legendary creature, lifelink. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to an online permanent an opponent controls, with mana value less than or equal to that aura's mana value, gain control of that permanent as long as the aura is attached to it. Why is Ariette here? I keep saying that, but like actually though, isn't she like super posh spellcaster witch lady? I mean, like, sure, okay, sure. She's just like, ooh, I want to go to this desert plane. Savage Smash. We have a wanted griffin. This griffin in particular is wanted. We got, Scorpion Dragon token. 4 for flying haste, that's cool. I dig it. I dig the Scorpion Dragon token. Yeah, this is my main, I wouldn't call it a complaint. I wouldn't call it an issue, but my main little talking point, little point of contention. Main, like, yeah, maybe they could have leaned more into the world, fleshed out what they're doing here a little bit more, rather than kind of going in on like the member berry stuff. Remember this character? Remember? Keep your attention. Slickshot Lockpicker. I like that name. Baron Bertram Greywater. See, this is I don't even know what this card does, but this guy is so much more interesting to me than Ariette. Maybe if you have no Magic knowledge at all and you don't know any of these characters, that's cool. But like the fact that they're all like, hey, this character's here too for some reason is weird. But hey, look, we got a new guy, and he's got a cool name. Two white black for a 3/4 vampire. No, he's a vampire. Whenever one of our tokens enter the battlefield under your control, you get a 1/1 black vampire rogue. With lifelink, it triggers only once each turn. You can pay 1 and a black and sacrifice another creature or artifact and draw a card. Cool. That's cool. I like this new character. I don't know. More of this. Get another Return the Favor. Get another Caustic Bronco. Very nice. Ooh. So another big score card. 2 and a green for Ancient Cornucopia artifact. Whenever you cast a spell that's 1 or more colors, you may gain a life for each of that spell's colors. Do this only once each turn, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, sure. A little life gain card. Maybe put that in Commander or something. Heartless Pillage. Cool artwork on this one. We have Stop Cold foil. We have Jaggy Barons, and then, a pest. Look at this little pest token from Strixhaven, right? So we've gotten 2 of the lands, a bunch of the big score ones. There's still a bunch of cards in here that'd be cool to get. We got the Slick Shot Show Off. That's a big one. There's a few others that I know are very good. That'd be cool to see. Like, I actually think the loot from this set is actually really good. I've played with them a bunch in Cube. Lazav Familiar Stranger. So Lazav's not dead. So this is Lazav from Ravnica. 1 blue black for a legendary creature shapeshifter 1/4. Whenever you commit a crime, put a 1/1 counter on Lazav. You may exile a card from your graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, it becomes a copy of that until end of turn. Triggers only once each turn. Lazav kind of makes sense in the world because he's kind of like, I'm pretty sure he's like on the run from the Dimir. He's like their previous, or is he the current guildmaster or the previous guildmaster? I'm not sure. We have Sheriff of Safe Passage. We have Treasure Dredger. That name, Treasure Dredger. The name is brutal. We have another Camball Profiteering Mayor. We have Fierce Retribution. And then Tomb Trawler. And then a Lost Oasis and a wild-looking zombie rogue. Holy crap! Look at this! Look at this thing. All right, I wouldn't call it a rogue. I don't know, he's got a dagger, I guess, but he's pretty buff. Pretty buff for a rogue, man. Put all the skill points in strength instead of dex. All right, we got a full one of those wanted ones. So yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the other cards to pull from the set, but I honestly don't remember. For Rossification, Omenport Vigilante. This one looks cool. 1 and a white for a 2/2. As double strike as long as you've committed a crime this turn. Okay. Magebane Lizard. Punish those mages. We have Breaches the Blast Maker. This is... So, okay. I will say one caveat. I know I've been kind of like talking about how I don't really like the returning characters. The returning characters that are part of the story directly, that are part of the crew, those are cool. Those make sense. Like Breaches and Tiny Bones and Oko. Those characters make sense. And Jace. But it's these other random ones that are just there for no reason. Those are the ones where I'm just kind of like, whatever. Anyway, Breaches. 1 blue-red for a 3/3 Goblin Pirate as Menace. When you cast your second spell each turn, you can sack an artifact. If you do, flip a coin. Oh, I love it. I love the coin flip cards. Whenever you win the flip, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. When you lose the flip, Breaches deals damage equal to that spell's mana value change target. Oh, you get something no matter what. That's kind of cool. We got a Collective Defiance. This is the red collective card. We have Essence Capture. Double blue. Instant counter creature spell. Put a 1/1 counter up to another creature you control. Is there mana drain in this slot? I feel like it is. Dinosaur token. Because they used that mana drain on Arena Cube. If I'm remembering right, I think it is. So if we're gonna get one of those, a Mythic, a mana drain would be cool. I already own a few mana drains, but hey, I'll take another mana drain. Put that in all the blue decks. Full steam ahead. Oh, we got my buddy. We got Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. So this is definitely one of the big cards of the set. And my buddy Bill, if you haven't watched our chat, like a 2-hour chat with Bill from the Spike Feeders. This is his like pet commander deck. And I was like, after talking to him, I'm like, okay, I should make a Kellen deck. Yeah, very cool. I mean, Bill's very good. So it's 1 and a green for a 2/2 legendary creature, plant druid, landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and you can pay 3 and double green, and double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control. He's very good. He says, "Wake up, little ones. There's a new day ahead." He's so wholesome. He's so wholesome, and he's very good. We have the Simulacrum Synthesizer. Did we already get one of these? No. 2 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2. Whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/0 colorless construct with this creature gets 1/1 for each creature or for each artifact you control. It makes a construct. This is really good. This card seems good. This card good? This card seems really good. Commandeer. Okay, I know this one. This is a reprint from Cold Snap. 5 double blue for an instant. You can exile 2 blue cards from your hand rather than pay the mana cost. Gain control of target non-creature spell. You can choose new targets for it. It's a cool card. It's kind of like a Force of Will, but costs a little bit more. But a little bit nurstier if you get it to work. I feel like we got a decent amount of hits here. Maybe putting too many cards in our hits pile. I think the Commandeer is pretty sweet as well. I've just been putting all of the non-mythic ones over there. Did I put a mythic one? I put some rare ones over there for sure. Anyway, Patient Naturalist. We have a prairie dog. Labeled as a squirrel. Prairie dogs, not squirrels, but sure, that works. 1 and a white for 2/2 lifelink squirrel. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, it gets a 1/1 counter. And then 4 and a white until end of turn. If you would put 1 or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, put that many +1 instead. Yeah, cool little counter matters thing. Prairie dog. Spinewoods Armadillo. Got an armadillo. Bucolic Ranch. We got an Outcaster Trailblazer. 2 and a green for a 4/2 human druid. When it enters the battlefield, you add 1 mana of any color. Oh, interesting. Whenever another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Yo, that's really good. Oh, and you can plot it. So it'll ramp you. So you can plot it for 2 and a green. And then later, you play it for free, add a green, and then you can do some shenanigans. Yeah, that seems cool. It's a good card. Oh, Villainous Wealth. This card rules. X, green, black, blue. Not that order. Black, green, blue. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of the library, and you can cast any number of them with mana value X or less without paying their mana cost. This card is very cool. I'm a big fan. Take the Fall. Foil, Take the Fall. Then we get a Swamp and an Ox. Yeah, you get some cool cards in this. We only have 3 more packs left to go, and then we'll go back to me, and I'll talk about my final thoughts on Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I was pretty keen to check this set out because I felt differently than I thought I would about Murders, and I felt like that might also be the case here. But ooh, Rattleback Apothecary, Gorgon Warlock, cool artwork. 3/2 Death Touch. Whenever you commit a crime, target creature you control gains your choice of menace or lifelink. Okay, cool. Trash the Town. We have a dragon, Stingerback Terror. It's a 7/7 for 4. Okay, it's got to have a downside, right? 2 double reds, 7/7 Scorpion Dragon, Flying Trample. Oh, okay, it gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. Sure. So it could just be dead if you have a full 7 cards. Yeah, okay, cool. I dig it. We have a Back for More. We have Ariette's Lullaby. Oh, so that's the Ariette from Ariette's Lullaby. We have Swamp. I didn't recognize her until I saw her on the card, and we have a full art Plains. But yeah, anyway, we only got 2 more packs left. I feel like this series is just going to be like an hour and a half long each, man. We have Eartha Joe, Nurturing Pixie, Binding Negotiation. We have Lila, Undefeated Slick Shot. We got the art card for this one. 1 blue-red for a 3/3 human rogue with prowess. Whenever you cast a multicolored incident or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that spell instead of putting it in your graveyard. As it resolves, if you do, it becomes plotted. Oh, okay. So it lets you basically double play your stuff. That's pretty cool. That's a cool card. We have Repulse. It's a nice little bounce and draw. We have a foil rare Insatiable Avarice. For a single black, sorcery, spree. For 2, you can search your library for a card, then shuffle, put the card on top. And then for 2, target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. So that'd be triple black to draw 3 and lose 3. That's actually not that bad. You could also pay a total of 5 to search for a card, put it on top, and then draw that plus 2 more. This is an okay card. This is an okay card. We have a foil Montaigne. And then someone joins up. Annie joins up. All the join up cards have like this similar art style. All right, this is our final pack. I'm not sure if there's a big hit that we're missing that we're trying to get, but it's a cool. Oh yeah, I wanted Kellen. We did get Bill though, so that's pretty cool. And I know Bristly Bill is one of the more valuable cards, so that's kind of cool. We got Doc Orlock, Grizzled Genius, green blue for a 2/3 Bear Druid. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost or exile cost 2 less to cast, and then plotting cards from your hand cost 2 less. This I think is actually pretty good for the Kellen deck. Grizzled Genius, ridiculous name. I actually like it. Marauding Sphinx. We have Map the Frontier. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or deserts. Put on the battlefield tapped. Ooh, you just put them on the battlefield. Okay, nice little ramp. We have Tai Joaquin, Perfect Shot. Red white for a 2/3 human mercenary. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature, Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to a creature equal to that creature's toughness, draw a card. Okay, so you need to kill it exactly. It's the perfect shot. I gotcha. For X and tap, if a source you would control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus X instead. So you can make it the exact number. I gotcha. So you want to undershoot a little bit, and then you can do this to make it the exact number, so you can draw a card. Cool. That's a cool card. Very flavorful. We got a Clear Shot. And then we have a common Stagecoach Scrutiny. And then we have a Mountain and whatever this is. Mana Drain. we did get a Mana Drain. But it's the Art Series Mana Drain. It's fine. I didn't need a Mana Drain. Interesting. This was interesting to see. Like the number of mythics we got combined with like the number of like the big scorecards. I kind of want to sort this out just a moment here. So let's kind of do this really quickly. I feel like we got a lot of big score stuff. We did get the Mindslaver. Maybe that's we got the Mindslaver and the Fractured Identity and the Oko. We got a lot of mythics in this slot. Just kind of managed to dodge all of the the mana drains here, and I think there's some rares in here, but I think we pulled out all the mythics. I'll go through this in my own time. So for the other mythics, we've got Oko, Fractured Identity, and Mindslaver. Actually, pretty good cards. I'm not sure if they're worth much. We got 2 of the lands. These are actually good playable cards. And then for the regular mythics, we got 6. 2 of which I'm pretty stoked to get that I will play with. Get Terror of the Peaks and Bristly Bill, both pretty sweet. I do like Tiny Bones, but I think I actually already bought one of these for my rogue deck a long time ago. I think I bought it as a single when the set came out. And then we got 6 of the big score cards, and I know like Grand Abolisher is just great. This thing I know is pretty solid, and then this thing seems pretty good, the synthesizer. So anyway, let's go ahead and go back to me in the studio, and I'll give you my final thoughts on Outlaws of Thunder Junction. All right, so let's talk about my final thoughts regarding Outlaws of Thunder Junction. You know, similarly to Murders at Karlov Manor, I didn't dislike the set as much as I initially thought I would. Some of the critiques that I've heard about the set really did come across, and they did sour the experience a little bit for me. It did feel very self-referential, very like, hey, remember this character? They're here. Remember this other random character? They're here too. They're all here, and they're all partaking in the Wild West. And it felt a little off. It felt off in a way that previous Magic sets that had a very strong theme, whether it be like a cultural theme or a pop culture trope theme, it would have felt off in those sets too. Like imagine Theros and like Marchesa is she's just in Theros and she's got like a toga or something. It felt like that, man. It felt like that, but with the Wild West. Like, why were some of these characters even in this situation? The ones that are part of the story and the part of the plot, that makes sense, right? Sure, that's cool. They're there for the reason. They're there for the heist. I get it. But for some of the other characters, it just felt like they were doing it just to do it. I think there was a little bit of the aspect in that, hey, the Omen paths are open, so people from all across the plains are kind of showing up. But I think they did it too much. I think they could have done a couple, and it would have been good and made sense. I think Campbell or Campbell, the one who's like the mayor, that's kind of cool. It makes sense. Oh, they're coming in from another plane, and they're kind of like trying to get power here because they couldn't get enough power on their plane. Or Lazov, who's like kind of like maybe on the run or something. That's cool. That makes sense. I think a couple of them here and there would have been cool, but like, why is Karavek there? Why is Riku there just randomly? So that's kind of like my big point of contention with it. Other than that, the cowboy flavor, the outlaw flavor, the Wild West flavor, the just kind of like the criminal skullduggery flavor, I felt was all like pretty good. Like, I think they did a good job of conveying that. If you just open up a single booster pack, I feel like you'd have definitely gotten a sense of, yep, this is the cowboy set. Here's like all the Wild West stuff. But I wish it was a little less like, hey, remember all this other things, and more like, hey, we're gonna build a cool world, right? This is like a desert planet, and the characters are here, and they have to wear this stuff because it's a desert planet, and here are like the native characters, and here's like they kind of hinted at like some ancient like an ancient civilization that existed on the planet, or did something to it. I feel like doing that kind of stuff and delving into that would have done a little bit better, in my opinion, in regards to like growing the world and making it feel a little less. I don't want to use the word cheap, but a little less self-referential and a little less hokey, I guess. I do like some of the cheesiness. I like some of the kitsch of it, but I think they did a little too much. I think it's a little too much. Overall, though, I didn't dislike it. I think it's kind of a cool, interesting thing. I liked it when they were like, here's a giant porcupine mount, right? That's the kind of stuff that I really liked. Or when they showcase some of the new original characters, they're like, okay, these characters are cool, and they make, obviously they make sense in the setting, but yeah, more of that kind of stuff. So overall, I didn't really hate the set. I thought it was fun to open. I could see how it could grow stale quickly if it's the kind of set that's in standard for a long time. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, hey, Magic sets really aren't around for super long before the next one comes out. So maybe it didn't overstay its welcome. I'm not sure. The next one we're going to be looking at is Bloomborough, and that's kind of exactly the kind of set that I want. I am a little bit familiar with Bloomborough. Similar to Outlaws, I have opened up a couple packs of Bloomborough before, but not a ton. I'm not super familiar with it. But it is a setting and a world that I think is really charming. And honestly, like I said, like while I was opening the packs, I'm not the kind of person who hates on a lot of random genres. I'm probably gonna be pretty chill with most of them to some degree. I do like westerns. I do like spaghetti westerns, the Sergio Leone films, Red Dead Redemption. Like I'm familiar with this stuff, and I do like it to a certain degree. So maybe that factors into my enjoyment of the set. But looking at the list of stuff coming up, we have Bloomborough, Duskmourn, Aetherdrift, Tarkir, Edge of Eternities, Lorwyn, and Strixhaven. Out of all of those, the one that I feel like I might like the least is Aetherdrift, and we'll see what happens when we get there. That's the one that I feel like going into it, I have the most like initial preconceived notions and pushback against. So we'll see. But next up, we have Bloomborough. I'm really excited to check that one out. So far, I've really enjoyed doing this series. I apologize that the videos are so long. So big shout out to anyone who's still here watching. It's been great kind of like analyzing and opening these sets up and kind of getting a real sense of it. Both Murders and Thunder Junction were enjoyable. I did find them enjoyable, even if they were a little too much. They did a little too much where like, hey, everyone's wearing a hat, right? Everyone's wearing the flavor du jour, the hat du jour. I would like to see more Theros style, more Innistrad style, more Khans of Tarkir style, a little bit less of everyone wearing a cowboy hat or everyone wearing like a detective hat. I think it's pretty obvious that's the case. I don't feel it as much, and I feel like maybe the sentiment might have been a little bit overblown online, as things typically are. But I get it. There's definitely a little bit of that there. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you for being here. And wow, I appreciate you if you watch this whole thing. That's crazy. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time for some more Magic the Gathering content. Later, everyone.